not a good day. I woke up, 7:30, quarter to 8. Perfect, on time. And then I got a message, and don't worry, nobody died, nobody's sick, nothing awful like that. But some things have gone really sideways. And I'm desperately trying to find somebody who can watch my cat for me while I'm on trail for the next 2 to 4 months, depending on how long I'm out here. And if I can't find anybody to watch my cat, I'm gonna have to get off trail. And of course I have all these different people, most of them were like, oh, we're gonna help you try to find somebody to watch the cat. Most of them, of course, aren't in the position to be able to watch her. But, most of the people are saying, oh, we're gonna help you find a place. We'll help you get her. And then the other half is like, get your ass home now. You don't need to be out there. You shouldn't have gone in the first place. Things like that. So it is not a good morning, and it's drizzling. And I have 5 miles to go today, and I don't know if I can go 5 miles this late. It's almost 10 o'clock now. And I'm halfway tempted to just call a shuttle and take me home. Because I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I've got to find some place for my cat to stay. I know that sounds dumb, doesn't it? Of course it does, but the person who was watching my cat is selling her house now. That was not a thing that happened until after I was already out here. So it's kind of a surprise. But it happens. But I gotta find somebody to watch my cat. And I gotta find a place to stay. I have a place to stay for me. I'm not worried about that so much. But I gotta find a place for my cat. And there's nothing I can do about it. I'm out here in the woods. And it's raining. I don't know if I can go 5 miles in the rain. Or 5 miles at all. And most of my friends are trying really hard to help. But I just don't know what's going to happen. Everything was set up so nice and perfect and right, and everything was just falling into place to make this hike happen, and now everything fell apart. And besides the money, I have enough for at least 2 more months from the grant that I got. But everything outside of that is just completely kaplooey, and I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I can even hike the next 2 months. I don't know if I have to go home now and maybe try again next year. But then if I try again next year, like who's to say I really could, right? Who's to say circumstances would be amenable to me hiking next year and just using whatever's left of the grant money plus whatever I save. Everything was perfect for this, and now it's not. So, it is not a good morning. It is not a good morning at all. I'm gonna have to finish packing and get hiking, or I'm never gonna get to Low Gap Shelter at all today. And so I promised y'all I'd give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And here's all the bad and the ugly. Here it is. Welcome to my life. Just pray. By the time y'all get this, it's gonna be a week later, and whatever will have happened will have happened. But pray really hard that I can find somebody to take my cat. and that somehow I can finish my hike. I mean, I didn't come out here to go home. I didn't come out here to quit. I didn't come out here to fail. You know, and short of somebody literally dying or being sick, or me getting sick or hurt, there's no reason for me to come off trail until I've used every bit of that money I have. So, pray, because I don't want to end my hike over this. You know, the only two acceptable reasons for me to end my hike are I make it to Maine, or I've used every bit of that grant money, and there's no more and I have to come home. Those are the only two reasons. Or, like I said, if somebody, God forbid, gets sick or dies or something, or injury or something. But that's the only reasons I'm coming home, is if I run out of that grant money or if I make it to Maine. Not because of something like this. So y'all pray, even though, like I said, by the time you see this, it's all going to be over with and whatever happens will have happened. But prayer is always good, right? So yeah, so also these are the kind of things that, you know, maybe it's not shown on YouTube so much. The Facebookers, through hikers have these things come up in their lives where it could be hike ending, right? It could be hike ending, just circumstances and the things we have to deal with and overcome while we're in the woods and already have all this pressure on us just from doing what we do every day. Not that I've done that much. Heck, I'm not even out of Georgia yet and it's been 3 weeks. But still, being out here is a lot. And you don't know what these folks go through to do this. It's a lot. And no, I don't regret it. And I am determined to finish. I am determined, you know, if finances allowing, to make it to Maine. But this is a side you don't see much on YouTube. The side where, you know, or they might say after the fact, oh yeah, this thing happened and I had to get off trail and I came back. But you don't see the ugly. You don't see the ugly parts on YouTube. This is the ugly parts. Where crap happens. And you have no control over it. And you have to do something about it. And it's a thing. So yeah. So it's raining, and it's raining harder now. Not hard, but it's dripping harder. It's drizzling. I gotta get my food bag. I gotta eat something, and then I gotta get hiking so I can make it to Loget by nightfall.
Hello, folks. Okay, I am no longer freaking out. I mean, I am, but much more calmly now. I'm freaking out calmly-ish, sort of. I did get off trail for the day. And oh gee darn, it was just a perfect excuse to come hang out at the Green Dragon Hostel, which is one of the hostels I had on my list of places I absolutely must go. So I figured getting off trail would be good for the day. That way I can calm myself down and try to find options. It is easier to network when you have stable Wi-Fi and cell signal than in the woods. Now granted, in the woods it was a lot easier to have an absolute conniption fit and cry and cuss all I wanted without anybody seeing me, except for y'all. But you know, hey, you signed up for this. I'm not making you watch. You don't have to watch, right? You're here, you're gonna see it all, man. Anyway, so that was helpful, I guess. But yeah, I was able to get scooped up by Green Dragon, and I'm here having pizza and coffee because this all happened this morning, and I just kind of completely lost my blankety blank. I didn't eat breakfast. I didn't anything. I like started boiling the water for my breakfast, and then was able to snag a room here and just said, never mind, I'll eat when I get there. And so I never ate, and So now I'm eating, yay! And I'm here in their lovely dining room, hangout area, and you will get a tour later. This is a great place, I love it. I actually had planned on staying here when I got to Unicoi Gap at the end of this week. That was my plan. But you know what happens when you make a plan, right? Yeah. Yeah, the trail gods laugh and say, oh, you had a plan. Isn't that cute? Here, poke, poke. That's what happens. So, yeah, pizza, coffee, and trying to figure out all the things. More later.
I'd fix those. You know what? We all gonna stand here and hey.
Good morning, folks. Made it to Unicoi Gap today. And as you can see, it goes up, 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 up. The next 17 miles are the toughest in Georgia. The rest of it was just training grounds. Last time I did this section, Unicoi to Dix Creek, a few years ago, it was a 4-day section hike, and it was torrential downpours all 4 days. So, thankfully it's not doing that now. It is just nice and cool and beautifully foggy. It's going to be about 80 today, but right now it's beautiful. It's the perfect temperature, and I love hiking in fog. It's just so mysterious. It's so mysterious and just cool looking. Yeah, I'm by the road, as you can tell. I still do not have a solution for my cat yet. My current roommate in South Carolina, of course, will keep her until I'm done my hike if she needs to. But it is causing a lot of stress for everyone. You know, my cat is stressed out since I'm not there, and she's trying to get her house ready to sell, and so it's just all stressy all the way around. And so I really got to find someone to keep my cat. And if I don't, then, you know, it may end up I have to come off trail until I do. I don't know. I don't know. Right now I'm just gonna, I've got my network working, you know. Yesterday, of course, I sent out, you know, Batman has the bat signal. I have the Catwoman cat signal of distress. I sent out the cat signal of distress, and my fabulous, wonderful humans are networking, and hopefully something comes along. But really there's nothing I can do about it right now. I'm just gonna hike and see what happens, and just plod along and see what happens. It's all I can do right now. I can't can't do anything else, really. So here we go. And here's a better shot of the woods. Unicoi Gap is tough. Y'all remember Wildcat Mountain the other day? This is about a billion times harder. But you know what? It's alright. Get up this mountain the same way you get up every other mountain. One step at a time. You know, it's kind of ironic, you know, the whole reason I'm doing this hike is to show people who come from backgrounds like me, you know, backgrounds of brokenness and abuse and all the things, that when life throws you curveballs, you can still succeed and to never quit. So the hard part of that, it's easy to say that, it's a lot harder to actually do that. So every day, you know, my brain tells me to quit. Every day my brain tells me to stop. But I can't and I won't. Unless there is a very valid external reason, like, you know, something goes wrong back home, or I run out of money, or I make it to Maine, or I get sick or hurt or something, God forbid. Guardian angel, please send extra support. So, just know that whenever I end my hike, hopefully it won't be before Maine, just know that whenever I end my hike, it is not going to be because I felt like it. Hopefully, God willing, it will be. I have funding for the next 2 months. So hopefully, God willing, I will be able to stay out here every bit of those 2 months without incident. And hopefully, God willing, more funding comes in to keep me on trail long enough to get to Maine. Because that's the goal. And if I have anything left over after the hike, half of it is being donated to One More Day on the Appalachian Trail, the folks that gave me the grant to hike in the first place. And then the other half is going to Circle of Hope in Cornelia, Georgia, which is a charity that assists victims of domestic violence. So those are my goals. First goal is never quit. Second goal is give back to those who give so much and do some good in this world. Okay, I'm not even halfway up this stupid hill yet, so I might as well quit procrastinating. Hike on.